looks like we saw this coming, and now it's actually happening. Donald Trump's lawyers just said he can't get the money together for a big $455 million bill from a fraud case in New York. Time is ticking away. What's going to happen to Trump if he can't pay up? It's hard to guess, but it's kind of cool to see Trump showing what we've been saying is true. He might not be as rich as he says. And this whole thing got dropped in a document by Trump himself. He needs to come up with $455 million and throw in another $100 million if he wants to fight it. Trump's trying something pretty wild. He's like, I'll give you $100 million and let's see if I can appeal. And please don't let Tish James, the Attorney General, start taking my stuff as the law says she can. This is a jaw-dropper. He's in trouble for taking money from banks and others. He lost his case big time and now says he can't pay back the full amount. So he's like, how about I give you 20% of what I owe? Thinking New York's legal system might let him off easy seems silly and insulting. Can't wait to see how the courts respond to his lowball offer. Adding to the drama, this money mess shows how much trouble Trump is in, trying to keep his business and image afloat with all these legal and money problems. Watching how this legal drama unfolds not only gives us a peek into Trump's financial secrets, but also hints at how this might mess with his future plans and reputation. This whole thing is a big deal, showing what happens when power, money, and the law collide, with Trump's legacy and the law's fairness at stake. For a long time, you've been pointing out something that's now turning out to be true. Donald Trump's legal team has just revealed that he's having trouble getting a bond for the massive $455 million he owes from the New York fraud case. Time is of the essence. The big question on everyone's mind is what happens to Trump if he can't find the money, which, by all accounts, looks to be the situation. It's hard to predict, but it's quite the moment when Donald Trump himself confirms what many have suspected. He doesn't have the wealth or assets he's boasted about. This situation has escalated quickly, as evident in Trump's own legal documents. He's faced with a $455 million bill. To even consider an appeal, he'd need to cough up an extra $100 million. In an astonishing move, Donald Trump is acting as if he's in a marketplace, trying to bargain with the judicial system. He proposed, I'll put forward a bond of just $100 million, attempt an appeal, and request that you don't allow Attorney General Tish James to start taking my assets under New York law to cover the judgment. This situation is staggering. Trump is accused of cheating banks, financial institutions, and various parties out of a substantial amount of money. After losing in court dramatically, he's now expected to repay, but he's suggesting he can only afford to return a fraction of what he took, roughly 20 cents for every dollar owed. The notion that the New York legal system might let him off easy is both humorous and presumptuous, far removed from the reality of legal proceedings. As we await the court's response to his lowball offer, it's clear this is not how justice operates. It seems Trump is treating the court more like a merchant than a judicial body, offering a fraction of the full amount in hopes of negotiation. It's as if he's at a market stall, trying to haggle the price down from the full $550 million required. This approach not only underlines his dire financial predicament, but also highlights a stark disconnect from legal realities. When he proposes securing a bond for just $100 million, not in liquid assets but through a guarantor, it raises serious questions about the true extent of his wealth. This behavior is reminiscent of past dealings, where Trump would agree to payment terms with contractors and small businesses, only to later offer them pennies on the dollar, often leading to financial ruin for those parties. This pattern of behavior reveals a troubling consistency in Trump's financial dealings, underscoring a willingness to leverage legal and financial systems to his advantage, often at the expense of others. Donald Trump can't bully the legal system into accepting a mere fraction of what he owes, which is quite the irony given how he positions himself as a defender of the working class. The very tactics he used to exploit those workers are now being deployed in his legal strategy. This spectacle is a clear exhibition of the behaviors that landed him in this predicament. Thus, if there was any lingering doubt about Trump's character, his response to this legal dilemma is revealing his true colors. His legal team has cautioned that if the appellate court rejects his plea for a reduced payment, Trump might be forced to liquidate his New York assets under dire circumstances. It's almost amusing to hear Trump argue against selling his properties to settle a legitimate debt, especially since he boasts about their supposed astronomical value. If his claims were accurate, securing a bond by using one of these properties as collateral should be no issue. However, the reality seems to be that his assets are heavily leveraged, making them unsuitable as security for the needed bond. Essentially, Trump faces a few choices: pay up in cash, find a guarantor for the full judgment amount, or watch as the New York Attorney General Tish James takes action to seize and possibly sell his properties. Despite Trump's protests, these are the legal options available to him. Trump's reluctance to sell his assets at discounted rates to meet his obligations is telling. It underscores a disregard for the financial harm his actions have caused others. This legal saga highlights a critical moment where Trump's financial dealings and claims are scrutinized against the harsh light of reality. Moreover, Trump's appeal efforts signal his desperation. He seeks a temporary reprieve from a single appellate judge, hoping for a pause that might allow him to contest the judgment further. This legal maneuvering happens in real time, with the potential for a rapid resolution that could either grant Trump a brief respite or force him to confront the full weight of the judgment. Interestingly, this appeal process raises questions about whether the court might extend some leniency to Trump due to the unprecedented size of the judgment against him. Yet Trump's plea for mercy, given his history of financial deception and ostentatious display of wealth, lacks persuasive power. The idea that the courts would consider easing the burden on someone who flaunted their ill-gotten gains seems unlikely. Trump's lavish lifestyle, complete with private jets and iconic properties bearing his name, could indeed undermine his appeals for leniency, as they starkly contrast with his claims of financial insufficiency. As this legal drama unfolds, the spotlight on Trump's financial empire intensifies. The scrutiny not only exposes the shaky foundations of his wealth, but also challenges the narrative he's constructed around his success. The potential liquidation of his prized assets would not just be a financial blow, but a symbolic one, dismantling the illusion of untouchable prosperity he's worked so hard to maintain. This situation serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of financial misdeeds, emphasizing that even the most prominent figures cannot escape the reach of justice. Furthermore, as Attorney General Tish James pursues the case, the focus on Trump's visible assets and lifestyle could play a pivotal role in the legal arguments, highlighting the disconnect between his public persona and financial realities. This phase of the legal process will be crucial in determining whether Trump can navigate his way out of this predicament, or if he will have to face the full repercussions of his actions. It appears that Trump's position in this legal battle is weak, not only legally and factually, but also in terms of fairness and practically every other aspect. Rest assured, we'll keep a close eye on developments and bring you the latest updates in a new video as soon as we have them. Trump's attempt to navigate through this legal maze seems to be on shaky ground. His arguments are falling short across the board. Whether we're talking about the legal principles involved, the factual basis of the case, or the principles of justice. We promise to stay vigilant and inform you with updates through another video as soon as any new information comes to light. This precarious situation puts Trump's legal team in a difficult position, as they seem to lack a strong foundation in almost every critical area of the case. From the legal arguments to the factual evidence and even the ethical considerations, all signs point to a challenging path ahead for them. We are committed to monitoring the situation closely and will promptly share any significant developments in an upcoming video. The uphill battle Trump faces is evident from the weak stance of his legal defense on multiple fronts, including the legal basis, factual evidence, and moral grounds of the case. We will continue to track the progression of this legal dispute closely and provide you with an updated video the moment new details emerge. In light of these challenges, Trump and his legal team will need to reassess their strategy if they hope to navigate through this legal predicament successfully. The complexities of the case demand a robust defense capable of addressing the multifaceted weaknesses currently exposed. As we await further developments, our commitment to keeping you informed remains steadfast, and we'll be sure to deliver a comprehensive update in our next video. As this legal drama unfolds, the scrutiny on Trump's defenses intensifies, emphasizing the need for a strategic pivot to address the apparent gaps in their case. The situation underscores the importance of a multidimensional approach to legal defense, one that can withstand the scrutiny on legal, factual, and equitable fronts. We are dedicated to providing you with the latest insights and analyses as this case progresses, ensuring you stay informed with the most recent updates through our forthcoming videos. This episode in Trump's legal saga highlights the challenges of mounting a defense when the odds seem stacked against you on several critical fronts. It serves as a reminder of the intricate dance between law, facts, and equity that defines our legal system. As we continue to observe the developments of this case, our aim is to bring you thoughtful and timely updates, ensuring you have the information you need to understand the evolving landscape of this high-profile legal battle.